Hello, totally beautiful people out the internet, and I have just watched this. I love it. I just watched this show called Mr. Pickles. It's a adult animation comedy, and well, for the most part, it was good. It wasn't funny. They projected it as a comedic 5-star restaurant. They provided it as some kind of like comedic horror take. There was horror for sure. It wasn't comedic though. There were only like one or two things in the show that were funny, but what I enjoyed most was the characters. I enjoyed the characters very much. Hello. I enjoyed the characters very much. There was about 4 seasons, but the 4th season only had 1 episode. I felt like they could have just wrapped it up in the 3rd season with like one last episode, and that was it. So I've looked through it, and I noticed there was another spin-off, Mama Named Me Sheriff, but I found out that was cancelled. I'm still going to watch it, but it was cancelled, so I don't know. I don't really think I can rank that show. I am going to rank Mr. Pickles, the whole thing of, of all of it. But what I have done is I've looked through it all, and on here, on my laptop, I have come up with some show ideas that they could use for spin-offs. Now, it has probably been a long time since they did a show. I love you. To do another show. But I thought, they could bring it back. So, the first one that we got off is The Lair. So, Mr. Pickles' dark lair. See how everything works down there and stuff. It could probably be like 2 seasons, I'd say, for that one. Then I thought of a prequel series, how the Goodman family met Mr. Pickles, and when Grandpa first started to see the dog as evil. And that'll just be 1 season. Don't need a whole series about that. Just 1 season. 1 penis. Sorry about that. Then we've got Astronaut Dolphin Detective. Now I did do some research that they were planning to do a spin-off series with that, but it fell through. But I think that if they pick that back up again, that could be a really good show. Because honestly, I preferred Astronaut Dolphin Detective and the episode involving it rather than the actual big show. Then we've got this character absolutely fucking annoyed me. Linda. Linda, I don't like her very much, but I feel like maybe a spin-off could work with her. Sorry, I should mention Astronaut Dolphin Detective, 5 seasons at best. The Linda Show, I feel like give it 1 season, and if it does well, do season 2 and just cut it at there. Then we got the Bigfoot. So in a couple of episodes, we meet Bigfoot, who is actually an Italian hitman that was changed into Bigfoot. I feel like 1 season of that would do really well, because he's interesting. I'd like to see what they do with that. Tickets, please. The telemarketer thingy. The telemarketer workplace. I feel like we could get some good comedy out of that, especially with the boss and Floyd. I feel like 3 seasons would be enough for that. Then we've got Mr. Bo Jenkins' show. I think that just 1 season. Just to do a lot, to see him do some really wild shit. The Bullies. I feel like the Bullies would be good comedic content, especially since they're assholes. I feel like 2 seasons would work with that. And last but not least, Superhero Guy. There was an episode about a character called Superhero Guy and his psychic, and I feel like 3 or 4 seasons of that, and not just 1 episode of the 4th season. I feel like 4 seasons of that, it can work really well. So those are just some ideas that I've thought of. So do stick around, as I will do some rankings. I'm sorry for the delay of the videos the last 2 weeks. 1 week I was preparing everything. Last week I was supposed to, but the heat wave struck in the UK and it burnt my fucking ass off. So I do apologise for that. Fuck off. I do. So videos will be back on schedule. I'll do some rankings on what I can on Mr. Pickles. But thank you all very much for watching, and have a good day, everybody.